Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my first impressions of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Fair Cream Contour Kit. I did just get it in the mail and this is the first time I put it on. I am wearing it now. I did do all my makeup off camera with the exception of my base, just the cream contour, and then my foundation. So if you guys want to see a first impressions on this contour kit, please keep watching. I look like I got punched in the face right now. Hopefully once I finish my makeup it won't look like this. I've been practicing like changing up, putting more depth on the inside corner like normally we do out. We'll see. So first, this is the new cream contour kit in Fair. There's a hard plastic outside. I didn't get the first one because it looked way too orange for me. And so these colors look more up my alley, although this one still seems a little warm. I watched the tutorial that they put up on their YouTube channel, and normally I contour on top of my foundation. I do have my prep steps down and obviously my eyebrows and obviously my eyes done, but I have nothing else on my face. I'm gonna do it as they suggest. Colors seem very similar to me right now. This one on the end is Fair and this first one is Soft Light. I'm gonna take the one that's a little lighter, this one right here, and I'm going to highlight like I would with my concealers. So this is decently creamy. Some of the reviews I watched for the first kit said that they were very dry and you almost had to add oil to them. I know not only have the colors been redone for the Fair and Light kit, but also I did hear that the formula has been changed slightly. I do like the color of this a lot. I was nervous that they would make their palette super yellow with these colors because you can be fair and cool and fair and warm. For instance, as a general rule, and it's not always true because I've seen spectrums of Asian skin to be cool, neutral, or warm, but as a general rule of thumb, the majority of Asian skin is warm and they can be, they're fair warm. Bring this up in the areas that I would highlight in. I don't want to make it too thick with anything that you're layering because I'm going to go on with my foundation on top of this. I'm just using, this is a Max Coverage Concealer Brush by Bare Escentuals ID. I don't even know how long I've had this. In the tutorial he said he was using like a oval brush to do the contour. Even though it says this one's shadow, I feel like this first one, which is fawn, is going to be better on my skin tone. Let me just pick some of this up and contour where I normally contour, which is gonna be from the corner of my ear down towards the corner of my mouth. So let me see. Okay, that, I like this color. This is very much, I mean, it's borderline of being really gray. So let's see. I normally don't do too much contouring around the borders of my face, but since I'm testing this out, I will try it all. Just a little on my jaw, right here. It's tiny little Cover FX. This is their concealer brush. I'm gonna pick that up, just going sideways like this in there, like a pencil. And I'll do a little on my nose too to show you. Okay, that was pretty simple. If you see the line here, let me zoom in a little. It's not caking, it's not any kind of weirdness. What I do want to do is take a brush and slightly blend that in so I don't just have like a line. For my foundation, I'm going to be using my Makeup Forever Ultra HD. I feel like I'm between R260 and R230. I kind of like the 230 better, but I was matched to the 260, so I'm going to take a half a pump on the back of my paw palette. Now, I don't want to use too much of this because I don't like cake face, and since I'm dry, If I use too much, it'll cling to my face. For this, when you lay layers down like this, you won't necessarily want to use a brush because that'll buff it in. You kind of just want to place your foundation over what you just did. So a sponge is typically best. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just dab my beauty blender in there, and I'm just going to dot it around my face first. Remember, make pressing motions, not wiping, because that's going to wipe away what we just placed down. Now for me personally, anytime I do contouring and highlighting like this underneath my foundation, I always like to use Fix Plus. It helps kind of like make it so I can blend it better. In all honesty, doing it like that, I don't know. I mean, obviously my base looks better because I now have foundation on to even out my skin, but I don't feel like I can even see what I put on under there. Do you guys? And when I watched that tutorial too, in all honesty, I couldn't tell what he did on top of there too. So now what I'm just gonna try is, so you guys see, this is what it would look like with just the foundation over it. That to me didn't really do anything. I'm going to pick up some more of that color. I'm gonna keep it away from right underneath my under eyes. Since it is thicker, I don't want to have creasing underneath my eye, so I'm just gonna try to keep it away from that area. And I'm gonna go on like this on top. Blender on that to try to blend it in. I'm gonna go back over the contour area because I feel like you can't see it after I put the foundation on top. All right, I like that better. I like it better, even though it says to use it underneath my foundation, I like it better on top. I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup, guys, and I'm gonna come right back and tell you what I think. I tried lining my lips a little different, like I overdrew it a little bit on the top here, and I feel like it looks like I have a butt crack on my lips. Okay, so up close, here is the final product of it. The sun is setting, so if I look a little orange, that is why. And it's also like 100 degrees in San Francisco. We've been having a heat wave and there's no air conditioning, so this is happening to my hair. Anyways, let me give you a little rundown on this. I'm about to go meet my friend who's in town, so I'm gonna do swatches of these shades for you guys when I get back. This color I thought was going to be white, but if you see it right here, it's just kind of like, I mean, it's called luster, and it's just kind of like a glisten. Just swatch these next to each other so you could see how similar they were. This one is soft light, and this one is fair. And then this one is that luster, where in the middle it looks like it's white, but it's this beautiful, it is a really pretty sheen. Here are the contour colors. This one is Fawn that I used today. This one is Shadow, and this one is Mink. Watched my OCC John Doe right there so you could see. It is like John Doe is kind of like a mixture of these two. It's a little lighter than their shadow color. I don't know what the other contour kit was like, but if you see this right here, it appears that these pop out. Now let me try to use something other than my nail. These pans pop out, which is nice because that means you can buy refill shades. Top clear piece, plastic. It names the shades on the back here. It's cruelty free. It says 12 months from the date of opening for its expiration. I did go over and set my under eyes with just my Besame powder, and I did go over and set the contour over here with my IT Cosmetics, my sculpted face, like always, because creams normally cannot be used alone. You do need to set them or they can move around your face, and right now it's hotter than HE double hockey sticks outside, so if I don't set this, it would be sliding around. Let me be honest with you. I love my OCC, Obsessive Compulsive, and John Doe. Let me grab it. This. I believe I bought this for $20. I'll have to link it below because I can't exactly remember. Maybe it was like $23. And this kit is $40. I don't mean to sound harsh, but this is the thing. If you're not a makeup artist, you do not need a palette. What do you need all these colors for? Like, I just use these two colors, and those are the two colors I'll probably continue to use. And maybe if I wanted to use something a little more bronzy, But for you too, you should normally be using a highlight shade and a contour shade. Why do you need 4 more colors that you're never gonna use? It just seems like a waste of money to me. Which I'm a makeup hoarder, so I like to have these things. It looks like you're gonna be able to buy the shades individually, which I would probably do that and stick them in a contour palette. Will this take the place of this for me? I don't think so. I'll continue to play with it, but I like, this is a lot more creamy and it's easy to draw on and it's really easy to blend out. I do find this one to be more natural looking because it's a lot more subtle. It's not as, I don't know how to describe it. These are very pigmented when they go on, but since they're not as creamy as this, the color will be concentrated in one area and then kind of, I don't know how to describe it. I do like these colors a lot better. I would like this actually better if this was like more of an opaque white. I find these two colors to be fairly similar. I don't know, like if I wanted to add some more dimension on my contour, I could probably take this color and go on the very back of it, but that's not gonna look natural. That's more for going out. Am I happy with my purchase? Yes, I am. Would I repurchase this? So far, no, I would not. For use on myself. If you're a makeup artist, this is a great kit. I like the colors in here, and obviously you could use them on a wide range of people. If this is just for your personal use, I think palettes for contour, or like, it's like foundation palettes, you are one color. And maybe if you spray tan, you'll be another, but you don't need, 30 colors of foundation unless you're a makeup artist. I think the same goes, in all honesty, for contour as well. You really only need one shadowy color and then one highlight color. I did like the color of this. I like the consistency of this, but is this gonna replace my Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer or my MAC Pro Longwear to highlight with? I don't think so. I mean, I'm gonna have to play with it some more, but I did order this from Macy's. Shipping was super fast, which I was shocked. I haven't ordered anything from Macy's ever before, but I heard some people complaining about their shipping was terrible. I ordered this and the very next day it shipped, and I had it in, I believe, 2 days after it shipped, so pretty fast. I'm gonna do the highlight powders in a different video because I want to try one on each side to show you the difference in color, but obviously I'm not gonna do that before I go out of the house because I'll be looking like a crazy person. Let me know what you guys think. Again, I know the sun is setting, so I might look a little off in color, but what you guys think, if you think that it is a really noticeable difference. It's sitting really nice on my skin. It's not cakey. It's not clinging to any dry patches or anything, which normally is right here. But I don't see texture on my face. It wasn't really hard to blend in. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them in the comment section down below. I hope this first impressions was helpful for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.